The movie starts with Sebastian Schlenk-Vonert, a mild-mannered bank teller in Potsdam, Germany, feeling stuck in his dull routine but deeply interested in safe cracking. He's recording a video for his new YouTube channel, sharing a captivating tale about a famous locksmith, Hans Wagner, who made 4 safes inspired by operas. Wagner designed them to destroy their contents if forced open, sealing himself in the last one. Rumors swirl about the first 3 safes' whereabouts, adding to their mystery. Sebastian uploads the video, hoping for views, but it doesn't gain attention, leaving him frustrated. During work, Sebastian hears of a sudden zombie outbreak in America and notices zombie-like behavior in a customer. Later, during lunch, he receives his first view and comment on his video from a stranger inviting him to showcase his skills at a secret location. Intrigued, Sebastian goes there and finds himself in a safe-cracking competition. Despite initial confusion, he excels and wins, catching the eye of a beautiful woman named Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn, revealed to be a notorious thief, approaches Sebastian, revealing her plan to rob the 3 remaining safes crafted by Wagner. She wants Sebastian, with his knowledge of Wagner's work, to join her team. She explains they have 96 hours before the safes are decommissioned. Sebastian is stunned but intrigued by the chance to escape his mundane life. After leaving the cafe, Gwendolyn hands Sebastian her business card. Later that night, Sebastian spends hours contemplating the risky plan. He grapples with the danger versus the thrill of doing something illegal. Ultimately, he decides to go for it. He heads to the provided address where Gwendolyn introduces him to the rest of the crew: skilled hacker Karina Dominguez, getaway driver Rolf, and gutman Brad Cage. The team wastes no time and Karina shares details about the safes, all owned by billionaire Blee Tanaka and located worldwide. They begin their first heist in Paris, targeting the Rheingold safe. In the actual robbery, Sebastian discreetly hides in the bank restroom while Gwendolyn requests access to the locker under a false name. Karina creates a distraction, allowing Gwendolyn to retrieve Sebastian, and they proceed to the Rheingold safe. Facing the legendary safe, Sebastian marvels at it before skillfully opening it. After celebrating their success, they start gathering the money. Sebastian worries about carrying such a large sum, but Gwendolyn reminds him that their goal is not just wealth, but achieving legendary status by cracking the supposedly impregnable Wagner safes. Finally, Brad creates a final distraction within the bank, allowing Sebastian to exit with the money. The successful operation boosts Sebastian's confidence, and he feels valued for the first time in his life. In the next scene, France Interpol officers gather for a meeting led by Agent Delacroix, examining details of the Rheingold heist. Delacroix, who has been pursuing Brad and Gwendolyn for years, realizes they now have a new safe cracker and are plotting to target the remaining safes. Meanwhile, the crew celebrates their successful heist at their hideout. Karina approaches Sebastian, but he declines her advances, expressing interest only in Gwendolyn. Karina, feeling jealous, reveals that Gwendolyn is dating Brad, but they're having relationship issues. Later that night, Sebastian and Gwendolyn open up about their pasts, bonding over their struggles. Brad sees them together and becomes furious. The next day, the crew arrives in Prague for their second heist, targeting the Valkyrie safe. Unbeknownst to them, Delacroix and his team have already arrived, implementing heightened security measures. Sebastian infiltrates the bank disguised as a fake employee, guided by Karina's hacking. Gwendolyn guards him closely. Security guards become suspicious when Sebastian disappears on the cameras, but Gwendolyn skillfully takes them down with her combat moves when confronted near the elevator. After Sebastian and Gwendolyn proceed towards the Valkyrie safe to begin cracking it, Delacroix senses something is wrong and decides to head to the bank. However, upon reaching the safe, he discovers it's not there and had been transferred to another location for safety. Realizing they're in the wrong place, Delacroix and his team rush to catch the thieves. Meanwhile, irregularities in the CCTV footage trigger the security system, closing all bank entrances, forcing the crew to enact Plan B. Brad takes on the role of a masked robber, incapacitating guards with tranquilizers to buy time for Sebastian and Gwendolyn. Amidst the chaos, Sebastian manages to crack the Valkyrie safe successfully, but before they can celebrate, they're interrupted by Karina's communication, urging them to provide an update. Brad attempts to leave, but is shot in the shoulder by a guard, managing to escape to the getaway van with Rolf and Karina. Sebastian and Gwendolyn emerge from the bank just before Delacroix and his team arrive. They sprint towards the van where Brad helps Gwendolyn inside but forcefully pushes Sebastian away, leaving him for the cops. Sebastian escapes on a bicycle, maneuvering through the town and eventually onto a train, evading capture. Despite his relief, he feels deeply betrayed. Inside the van, Brad and Gwendolyn argue. Brad justifies his actions, claiming they plan to abandon Sebastian anyway, and they no longer need to carry out the Siegfried heist as they have billions in money. However, Gwendolyn, who has developed feelings for Sebastian, becomes enraged and decides to leave the van. Brad tries to stop her, professing his love, but she rejects him and leaves. Karina also decides to join Gwendolyn, and they both make the decision to find Sebastian to crack the Siegfried safe. In the next scene, Sebastian returns home to find the girls waiting for him. They apologize for betraying him, explaining that for Rolf and Brad, the heist was solely about money, unlike them who wanted to become legendary thieves known for cracking the Wagner safes. Gwendolyn proposes they team up to go for the Siegfried safe. Although initially hesitant due to fear of betrayal, Sebastian agrees when Gwendolyn promises to never leave his side. The trio sets off for St. Moritz, Switzerland, where the Siegfried safe is located within a casino. This time, De La Crosse chooses a cautious approach, waiting for the alarms to sound before moving in to apprehend Gwendolyn's crew. They patiently wait for 8 hours until the safe is relocated for decommissioning. However, they realize that Karina deliberately misled them and the safe has already been stolen elsewhere. Meanwhile, Gwendolyn and Sebastian start cracking the safe, while Brad and Rolf plan to steal the money from their former crew. They track Gwendolyn's location through her phone and start pursuing her. Karina tries to stop them but gets surrounded by De La Crosse's team before surrendering, managing to alert Gwendolyn about Brad in the process. Sebastian successfully unlocks all 7 locks of the Siegfried safe, bringing immense joy to both of them. They start packing the money, but Brad arrives and interrupts them. He aims his gun at Sebastian and attempts to shoot, but fortunately, it malfunctions. Gwendolyn reveals that she tampered with Brad's weapon earlier as she suspected he might kill someone. She retrieves her own working gun, taking control of the situation by holding Brad and Rolf at gunpoint. Finally, she handcuffs the villains to the truck before leaving with Sebastian according to their escape plan. Gwendolyn and Sebastian reach a boat, and as they get off the car, Sebastian openly expresses his love for Gwendolyn, who responds by kissing him. Suddenly, Delacroix arrives with a gun, intending to arrest them. However, Gwendolyn, also armed, refuses to surrender and negotiates with the officer. She proposes turning herself in if Sebastian is allowed to go free. Reluctantly, Delacroix agrees and Gwendolyn instructs Sebastian to leave, assuring him they'll reunite to pursue Götterdämmerung together once she's released. With a heavy heart, Sebastian departs on the boat, determined to reunite with Gwendolyn in the future. Sometime later, Sebastian is the owner of a locksmith shop named the Gwendolyn. One day, 2 customers visit Sebastian's store and present him with a blueprint of Götterdämmerung, inviting him to join their team for the final heist. In response, Sebastian simply smiles, signaling his readiness to participate in the last heist. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.